Pixologie. Welcome back. So when you saw that giant pile of things, the first thing that had to happen with that is to divide it up by media type. And we talked about it a little bit. Now we have to do it. To do that, I'm going to turn everything over to Mollie.
We ended 2 videos ago with a big stack of stuff. I'm just showing you what our table was broken down into. Remember, Ann talked about separating by media types. So here is a good example. This is a variety of albums and frames and memorabilia, but it's all from one side of the family, and it's not necessarily related to our family. So if you have photos that you've inherited, you can set those as a separate organizing project. The DVDs and discs we've gathered together, that'll be something you'd sit down and do all at once at your computer, so we put that aside. Same with slides. Those will need to be sorted and organized, and probably a good two-thirds, maybe a half, you might not even need to save. Back here we've got the videotapes and then the films separated. Those both will require transferring, and that'll have to be managed later. And then we have all of the photos in one place, and some memorabilia I know is mixed in there. So you can see, if you kind of break it down like this, that mess that we showed doesn't look quite as bad. Now I will take a peek in here. You can see there's more albums, and already I can see a newspaper article. There will be memorabilia in there as well. For the most part, we treat memorabilia in the organization project with the photos, and we'll talk about that later when we dive into actually organizing the photos. I do want to talk about a few of the tools that will help you in the whole process. So when we look at what I've done, you'll see I've added some bins. You're going to need boxes, bins, shoe boxes even work, old photo boxes work. For the sorting process, you don't have to worry about it being photo safe. You just want to have enough bins so that you have room to move the things that you're going to keep to. I also like to have a bin for the duplicates and a bin for portraits, because those always need to be pulled out separate, but that's another topic. So tools include the bins. Index cards can be really helpful. We here use green sheets of paper because they stand out. We can label them, and we like it. It just works for us. But index cards work. You can cut up construction paper. We've used all sorts of things. The next thing that we like to have on hand is blue tape. Sometimes blue tape is nice to spread out on the table, and you can write information like a timeline down on it, and it peels up really nice and easy. So blue tape is something we like to recommend. Might be hard to get out of the house to get this, but hardware stores are open right now. So I heard that yesterday. The other thing that's nice is a nice thick Sharpie. Sometimes I have a thin Sharpie also, because thick Sharpie might mean one thing and a thin Sharpie might mean another. However you like to take notes on your index cards, make sure you've got a marker you like using. The other thing that I use a lot of are sticky notes. And they're all sorts and shapes and sizes, so if you got a few of these around the house, they might be helpful too.
Okay, this was a pretty productive time of getting everything broken down, getting your separate media types all binned up in whatever containers you chose, and now we're going to get ready for the next step. Stay tuned for breaking things down into those major categories, and be sure and subscribe so that you get all the updates of when our next video comes out. See you soon.